Man, do you like podcasts? Well then,
welcome to
No Gimmicks Needed!
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
this is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. Let's get into how the women just killed it at Evolution. Last night was Evolution, and Evolution came to us. They were in the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. And yes, they were put on the same weekend that Beyonce was on her Cowboy Carter tour. And I understand what the wrestling fans are saying, like, your wrestling fans ain't Beyonce fans. I understand that. But also, it's women here. And the way that they undersold Evolution, the way that at first we didn't really have a clear main event. And at first, Trish Stratus was just put in a match with Tiffany Stratton, where Trish, who was doing the media run this past weekend, also said, hey, yeah, I kind of wish we had some time to build this, but it is what it is. So, yeah, they didn't care. Like, they didn't really care for the women. All they cared about was just to load the weekend up to try to spite AEW. And you know what's funny? Being a wrestling fan, I'm so proud of them because they were north of 27,000 people in that stadium. Because they was in the Texas Rangers baseball stadium that holds 40,000 people. So they got close. They were more on the filling it up than they were, not filling it up. And it was an awesome pay-per-view. And guess what? NXT didn't affect that. And Saturday Night's Main Event, which y'all cut off Goldberg, by the way, did not affect that.
Disrespectful.
Exactly. So
I heard Bret Hart was back in the production and he hit the button.
of course. He put the button in the sharpshooter. They're serious, as we did. So, but now it was just Sunday. It was like, all right, well, we just got Evolution left, so let's just go out there and we had a 7-match card. So let's see what these women can do. So we kicked it off with the triple threat match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship: Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. And once again, hot opening matchup because these women went out there and they killed it. Like, first of all, I don't think Lyra has had a bad match when Becky's involved at all. And I give Becky Lynch a lot of shit because Becky Lynch. But once again, she's a star. And the woman can work. I just don't like a lot of her offensive moves, but the woman can work. And Bayley don't get enough credit neither. You know what I'm saying? Frank, as I've been calling Frankfurt Bayley, she don't be getting enough credit. And I was like, she hasn't really had nothing of a banger this year yet. But this women's triple threat match was really good. Really strong opener. They had a sequence where I think I missed it at the end. But I know there was something where Bayley had Lyra in a submission hold, I think it was. And Becky kind of like came in, swooped up, and did like a roll up to Bayley where she retained the Intercontinental Championship. Am I on that? Because I didn't quite see that. So.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what happened. She just did a barrel roll and got the pin. I was like, damn, her Becky.
Yeah, but that was a hot opening match. How did y'all feel about that?
Absolutely, it straight looked like something out of Tekken.
Nah, Quattro, that was more like a virtual fighter roll.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Had that Perry ready, huh?
Yeah, don't do that. So, how'd y'all feel about that opening match?
It was dope. It was a good match. I went in with I had Lyra winning that joint, but regardless, it was some good wrestling from all three of them women. I mean, Becky did what she could, and I wasn't too mad at it. Yeah, no, I thought it was a good way to open the match, especially because I thought like they were just gonna open up with the Battle Royal. Yeah. But, all right. Yeah, nah. It was a good match. It was a well-produced match.
You feel the same way?
I think that match was a scorcher. It started hot. It heated up the crowd early. It was such a good, fast-paced and well-paced match that it never dropped the ball. Like, I was at work watching it, and I'm sitting there trying to ignore the phone ringing because I'm like, I don't want to miss what's going on here. I didn't feel like there was any loss. I feel like all the moves just worked together. It felt like all three of them together had amazing chemistry. So I think it was a great starter match, and it really set the tone for the night. Like, it got you hyped.
It did, and honestly, this crowd was a lot hyper and louder than they were in that same arena when they did Saturday Night's Main Event. So I was just like, and they in Saturday Night's Main Event, they had more people because they only had about 8,000 in the crowd for Evolution, because my wife, Lady Sketch, got a notification saying, hey, if you got an upper row ticket, congratulations, they brought it down to the lower level because they didn't have enough, they couldn't sell tickets out. And so when you have a more a lot of people think that when you have a less crowd, that sometimes, you know, it could be worse, but sometimes more intimate crowds make the atmosphere feel a lot better when it comes to cheering. Like, that's how I felt when I went to AEW Dynasty, even though, once again, that show was fucking long. Just having 8,000 people, or about 7,000, 6,000 people in the Leocore Center, it made everything feel so, you know, intimate and more, you know, important, basically. So, you may get some word there. Next up, we have.
Whoa, hold on. You not gonna ask Prime?
Prime's here?
Yeah.
Oh, now Prime just. Oh man, Prime. Welcome to the review, man. What's going on?
I'm just gonna say, what's up, everybody? It's raining hard, but I mean, the match was cool. It's a good starter. I like how Lyra is finally getting over somehow, some way, because of Becky. But no, it was a good match. Yeah.
We not gonna disrespect Lyra like that. We really not gonna do that.
We are not.
No,
gonna do
first
that.
of all, I'm saying she's just now getting over as far as like when she had the championship and she wasn't doing nothing with it for how long she had it. People kind of didn't care, but now people are starting to care about her more than they did. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'm just making sure my like. Don't do
I
that.
gotta agree with Prime there. They do care more now.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we have the singles match for the NXT Women's Championship, the NXT representation on the show. JC Jane with Jasmine Nix and Fallon Henley taking on Jordan Grace, who is coming out with Blake Monroe. And for those who watch NXT, Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe been hanging out for a little bit. She took her had a spa day with her and everything, and they were tag team partners at NXT Great American Bash, which they won. So they've been doing this little tease, and I was just like, as soon as I heard Blake Monroe was coming out there with Jordan Grace, I was like, this is when Blake Monroe gonna turn into Mariah May, isn't it? This is when this is gonna happen, right? And boy, did I call that shit for real. So, I clearly went into this match thinking JCJ was gonna lose this match because I was like, I said it about a month ago. I said, as soon as she won that championship off of Stephanie, I said, all I see is JC Transitional Jane Champion. That's all I see. Like, she's clearly passing this off. I thought it was going to be the Blake Monroe, but I was like, it looks like they're going to hold off on that a little bit. But they still had a solid matchup. At one point, Jasmine Nix tries to hit Jordan Grace with the belt, but then Blake Monroe takes her out and she picks up the belt. And then when Jordan Grace runs the ropes, she hits her in the belt. Michael Cole, who been botching all night long, will make it seem like it was an accident. It clearly wasn't. She hit her, and JCJ hit her little spinning back punch, or not back punch, or spinning punch, or lariat punch, whatever it was, and then pins Jordan Grace, and JCJ retains the championship, which makes me feel like, are they really going to do JCJ versus Masha Slamovich at Slammiversary, which is one of TNA's biggest shows next Sunday? Because that's what it's going to be. Because it's going to be a winner-take-all match for the.
Yep, they're doing that. They're doing that. They announced that already.
Yep.
Wow,
this seems like the 50-50. This seems like how a TNA person holds a WWE championship.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Look, and once again, it could sound wrong, but I was really looking forward to Jordan Grace versus Masha Slamovich, and Jordan Grace taking home all the gold, holding TNA.
I mean,
and
Masha the one that beat Jordan Grace for the title?
What'd you say?
Isn't Masha one that beat Jordan Grace for the title?
Yeah, that's why I figured that they would do Jordan Grace, and she win it back and had an NXT Women's. Now, once again, a lot can happen on Tuesday, but I'm sorry, and I'm proud of JCJ. Don't get me wrong, she had the championship longer than I thought she was going to have it. But I'm like, that ain't the match I want to see at TNA's. But y'all understand something. This is not going to be an Impact.
All right, wait a minute. Let's back it up a minute. You act like you're gonna watch TNA. Let's relax.
Slow down. How many times have we come on this podcast and we have watched and reviewed TNA? And look, I just found out about that. So we got proof that we go back to Slammiversary back when what was his name? D'Angelo Williams for the Carolina Panthers, I think it was in a tag team match with Moose or something like that. We always review Slammiversary. So we're going to review it again, but I'm just like, and I love TNA, but once again, this is TNA's first like big arena show. Like, we're talking about 20,000 people. TNA ain't never do that, never. And I'm just saying, I would have personally like to see Jordan Grace versus Marsha Slamovich, not JC Jane, but she retained. So, I once again, Tuesday still has to happen. So we don't know what's going to happen on NXT tomorrow, but. I'm guessing y'all don't really mind that JC Jane retained, right?
No, not really.
I mean, yeah, I don't mind because I feel like she's probably going to lose to Marsha. So,
well, let me counterpoint. Everything in my heart had Jordan Grace winning this match.
Amen.
And I was wrong. But if I think about Slammiversary, and knowing it's title versus title, and if we're doing 50-50 booking, I'd rather see JC Jane lose that match than I'd rather see Jordan Grace lose that match. If I had to pick out of my choice of losers in that match, I'm picking JC Jane losing to Marsha Slamovich over Jordan Grace losing.
You know what?
So that was my reason that made sense for me. But like you, Mr. A&E, everything in my heart had Jordan Grace winning this match. I was like, oh, this time. And I was like, what?
Yeah, you know what? That's fair. We got the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match. The Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez takes on Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, Sol Roca and Zarya, and the Kabuki Warriors. Thank God there was no Natalya and Maxine Dupree. I'm just so happy because I know Prime had called that. I know Quadro had called that. I'm just like, please don't beat her. I'm glad they got Zarya and Sol Roca. Who, by the way,
so glad.
Sol Roca, I hope that overtime kick in because she was working on 3 nights in a row. She did SmackDown, she did Great American Bash, and then she's doing Evolution.
Dog, she did 4 matches. She had the speed match before SmackDown.
Oh wow!
She did 4 matches back to back.
She got that dog.
Oh, I didn't know who she played on the speed match.
Alba Fire.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. So usually they do like Fatal 4-Way women's tag team title matches, or they just do tag team title matches, and they be like, okay, it was fine. They got some high spots, but it was okay. This match was actually good. Like this, I was pleasantly surprised of how good this match was. And Alexa Bliss was over. But I like the fact that they were actually, I bullshit you not, they were actually cheering for Charlotte to get the hot tag. I was like, what's happening here? Like, this, you mean to tell me low-key, her teaming up with Alexa Bliss may be the best thing that ever happened to Charlotte? like, dead serious? Because I think, like, for her personally, this is really making her happy because she came out and talked about the struggle she's been having in, like, the past 2-3 years. And her getting the hot tag from Alexa Bliss, taking out everybody, and, you know, basically, like, people, like, really having an ovation cheer for her and Alexa Bliss. It's like, damn, I low-key may want to probably see them win the titles, but I knew that wasn't going to be the case here. So, there was a point in the matchup where Sol Roca was trying to hold up Alexa Bliss to Zarya so Zarya could spear her. But then, as she goes for the spear, Charlotte pulls Alexa Bliss out the way, and she spears Sol Roca. And later on, Raquel Rodriguez, she goes and she takes Alexa Bliss, powers her up, and literally she launches power bombs her outside the ring, and all the women, and they catch her. Meanwhile, Raquel Rodriguez hits the Tejano bomb onto Sol Roca, stacks her up, and they retain their tag team championships. I have to say, I wasn't expecting it, but this was
this match.
This match was fire. This match was fire.
I wanted them to have more time. I was like, damn, we done. That's it.
You're not wrong.
And I'll tell you this, Kevin Nash, Raquel heard, she saw what Kevin Nash said, and listened immediately.
What did Nash say?
Because Nash was saying, like, because
Nash been on some shit. I was like, what do you mean he said?
No, he was just saying like he wished that Raquel would be the powerhouse that she is supposed to be. He's like, you're a big character, work big, and that's exactly what she did.
He said, well, I could tell by that powerball. I was like, that's jackknife territory right there.
Right. He was like, you're a big character, like you're big, you're a strong character, being the strong character you're supposed to be. Like he was encouraging her to do it, and she took that to heart in a good way. It was like, if that's, hey, look, if anybody gets gonna say that, it's Diesel.
You
and
right.
she listened immediately. I said, God.
Exactly. I am glad she did. I wish she had more time too. And honestly, I was like, I think what's going to happen now is they're going to work Charlotte and Alexa Bliss for a tag team match for Raquel and Roxanne at SummerSlam. I
think they're gonna get them. I think they're gonna get them titles.
Yeah,
their chemistry. Their chemistry was good. I was like, all right.
It was.
I thought it was gonna be weird. It was good. It was good, and I could see Liv Morgan screwing it up.
Oh yeah,
because with her, because of Roxy. So like, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, okay.
Bro, you can easily scroll back a podcast, and this match had me worried. I had a whole rant about who's going to be in the match. It don't make sense. You don't have no Raw representative let out. Then I watched Raw, and you put the Kabuki Warriors back together after spending weeks of saying we single. Oh, we in the team again. I was desperately worried about this match. Then this match easily turns out to be in a contender argument for one of the best matches on the card. I was pleasantly and greatly surprised.
I agree. Now, speaking of somebody, in my opinion, who didn't have chemistry, and that is the next matchup, which was for the singles match for the WWE Women's Championship, and that was Tiffany Stratton taking on Trish Stratus. Michael Cole came out his mouth and said that this was Trish Stratus' first singles match in 18 years.
Lies.
Excuse me? Did we
Cole
not?
was drunk this weekend.
Did we not just see Trish?
He was in that weekly.
Did we not just see Trish in a steel cage match with Becky? Was it Becky Lynch a couple years ago?
I'm saying.
We didn't see it.
Michael Cole a single match with Charlotte at a main PLE not too long ago too.
September 2019.
We didn't see it. Apparently, it ain't happening.
And then on top of that, I was like, could you be talking about a singles match for the championship? I'm just like, or the championship? I'm just like, because no matter how you put it, all that shit is wrong. And I'm just like,
sorry, this is the same man that later on kept saying Candice Michelle was in the Battle Royal. But go ahead.
Oh, bro, I was going to get to that. I was going to get to that, and he going to try to apologize for it after the match is over. Stop. First off, before I get into this matchup, I didn't get a chance to mention they had the legendary women in the audience, and I know the first match they showed it was Jacqueline, Jazz. I was happy to see Jazz, Tori Wilson, I think it was, and Ivory. Ivory don't age, y'all. Ivory don't like she looks the same, and Ivory been
she was 60 back then, so.
What'd you say, Prime?
Said she was like 60 back then, so
And look, because Ivory used to wrestle in Glow, which was back back in the 80s, and I'm just like, so she was there, and then they also had like a Vicky Guerrero had her little cameo, her little excuse me, and
that made me laugh.
I was like, oh, so yeah, so they were showing throughout the night women's legends that we've had in the business, the pioneers and stuff like that. So I appreciate that little touch to it. So back to the matchup. To me, in my personal opinion, this was the weakest match on the card because they didn't have that much chemistry. It was fine. It wasn't a bad match. It's just that I felt as though that I could have seen a little bit more out of them, but I don't think that Trish and Tiffany Stratton had that kind of chemistry. And once again, I've said this before where I was doing the predictions that Tiffany would wrestle circles around Trish. Okay? It literally. So, but Trish didn't go to embarrass herself on that one, but, Tiffany Stratton hits the BME, the PME, excuse me. And she leaves the ring and gives Trish the ring, so everybody gave her a standing ovation and respect and stuff like that. And honestly, it was what it was because there was really no build to this matchup, and they really just put Trish Stratus on there to help sell tickets. So I was like, well, here we are, we have it.
So did she leave the ring, or was that? Do we have to thank Jessica Carr for rushing to get out? Wait, get out so she can get her shine. But I will agree with you 100%. To me, this match was the ugliest cheerleader.
Speaking of referees, shout out the baddie during the NXT match.
Oh my god! I just knew somebody would say something.
Shout out the baddie. I said, who this? The homies found her Instagram quick, and she boxed. I said, okay.
Oh,
I said, who this baddie in the ring?
We got a new ref because I missed this
on NXT.
I thought it was all for the sisters.
On NXT.
Can y'all send
Shout
me
out the baddie.
If y'all got a pic, send it in the chat I can look.
I got you. She got lit on the IWC. Everybody, the IWC was like, who's this diva in the ring? So she getting her love right now.
Ooh, okay. I got to say, Sean back at work. Chef Sean back at work.
Oh yeah, Chef Sean. Yep, with the refs.
Where is he finding them, bro? Where is he finding
Instagram?
But I'm about to say,
Instagram.
Well, according to Lady's sketch, Shawn Michaels is going to Magic City. He finds somebody who want to dream and wrestle.
Right, because I thought he'd be at Hooters or something, bro, and I need to go. Can I get the invite? Look, Michael Hickabotham, can you please bring me with you?
What was you about to say about this match, Carter?
This match was like the ugliest cheerleader on the card. Yo, you still a cheerleader. You still bad. You just the worst looking one. So it was the best bad match. So do I hate the match? No. 3 out of 5 to me. But it was definitely the weakest on the card. Easy.
Yeah, easily.
And like I said, because they didn't have that much chemistry. First of all, honestly, it was the shortest match. It only went 8 minutes. It was the shortest match on the card. Next up, we have No Holds Barred with Bianca Belair as a special guest referee. We had Jade Cargill versus Naomi. You know me. Now, honestly, when
that's crazy. That match was crazy.
When I first see this, I was kind of annoyed because I was like, why is Jade Naomi thing still going on? Because Jade beat this woman, twice over. Now she got nothing to prove to Naomi, and Naomi just keep attacking her because she crazy as shit. But I'm just like, all right, so maybe they don't give Naomi the win. But then I was like, because if Naomi takes a loss, she money in the bank. But I'm like, I really don't want her taking no more losses. But Jade is the queen of the ring, and you're going to kind of heat her up going into SummerSlam, which she probably going to face Tiffany Stratton. So what you going to do? But then Bianca was referee. Bianca still had her fingers taped up. I don't know what kind of broken finger she got, but that she's still not ready yet. And it's still disappointing to see, but they had to get Bianca on the show somehow. And
yeah, definitely.
She went to Instagram, right? And she had this outfit on, which first of all, that thing was fly. It was like a broken heart, and on one side of the heart it was hurting Jade, and the other side of her was hurting Naomi. And I was just like, that was actually kind of fun. But then she came out there in the referee looking good in that referee outfit, Bianca. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
It's elite chocolate right here, man.
Yeah, it's who are you saying? Who are you saying, bro?
This is elite Godiva chocolate. You feel me?
Godiva chocolate.
Symphony bar.
Godiva. Godiva.
Ferrero Rocher.
Me and Quattro drove an hour and a half for that Godiva chocolate.
He definitely did.
So he know how that chocolate be. He drove an hour for that chocolate.
I did.
So yeah, we was in the ring. So it was a no holds barred matchup. I have to say right now, this is the best Jade look because Jade was like, you know what, I'm gonna bump tonight. And she was out there bumping. I'm like, honestly, a lot of the bumps that Jade was taking, I was not expecting that Jade was going to take because when we go to the outside, Jade gets hit to the announce table, and then there's like a drop kick to the announce table, and it breaks out like the frame of it, and you see a little spark fly and stuff like that. I was like, what the hell going on here? she sets up the Slim Jim table on the side of the ring, and has another one inside the ring also. Jade comes back. She has a trash can. She puts a trash can over Naomi. Gives her one of her her bicycle kicks, and only for about 2 count. But then Naomi comes back with the chair, and she has Jade. She knocks Jade out on the apron, and then rams her with the chair. And Jade takes a back bump through a table. And I was not expecting Jade to take a tail bump like that. But that was cool though. Naomi gets her back up in there to try to get her a pin, but then Jade kicks out. They set up a table over the corner. Naomi goes to the top rope, and like she might do on her springboard, her split-legged moonsault on there. And by the way, side note real quick, yo, out of the 2 women, who do a better split-legged moonsault, Naomi or Kalani Jordan? Just asking real quick.
I might say Kalani low key.
This wasn't easy as a question as I expected.
Yeah, right. I might get a slight edge to Kalani
because I know quite all up and downs will say RVD. I'm not even gonna compare that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a different category.
Exactly. That's a different category. But between her and Kalani, who do a better split-legged moonsault? You know.
I think Kalani does it better, but I'd rather take one from Naomi.
You know me. So she tries to go for that with a chair on there, but Jade gets up and hits her in the back with a chair and hits a Jaded from the top rope through the table and pins Naomi and wins the matchup. Bianca Belair has to just hold up Jade Cargill's hand. You can tell she's still hurt. I'm trying to figure out now, to be honest with y'all, because clearly we ain't got to go back to who attacked Jade and who helped out, but the thing is, clearly Bianca got to fit somewhere in here. Now, obviously, she's still injured, so we're still not going to see Bianca. I'm just like, but does she go heel and go face a babyface Jade Cargill? But I don't see her and Naomi team. Because I still think, I'll be thinking, like, maybe it's her and Naomi. Because I really thought it was going to be a her and Naomi match at SummerSlam, but it looks like Bianca's still not ready to go yet. So I'm curious. How do y'all feel?
I'm with you. I don't know. I don't know, but this was a good match to have questions on.
You know what? That's perfect answer, because not only don't know, I think this is a good place to not know. We're in a good place to not have an answer right now.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I could definitely agree with that. And if Prime is still there, I can't see the fear though. He's not there no more. Okay. So,
no, he's not here.
Gotcha. So, but yeah, so Jade Cargill picks up the win here. In a real good match. No balls bar for them. Then we get to the 20-woman Evolution Battle Royal for a World Championship match at Clash in Paris. So here are...
this is a perfect time for me to go mute. No disrespect.
Oh,
but it's a battle royal. It's a battle royal. No disrespect to the ladies. They killed it.
Look, so in the battle royal, we had like Tatum Paxley, Izzy Dame, Ivy Nile, Natalya, Maxine Dupree, Candice LeRae, Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, Julia, B-Fab, which, Lady Sketch, she be hating on B-Fab, Meechin.
I don't like her either. I'll ride with her. I'm not a B-Fab fan.
What y'all hating on B-Fab for?
I don't know what you enjoying. Nothing is catching me.
I know what you enjoy. Meechin, Zelina Vega, Alba Fire, Lola Vice, Piper Niven, Chelsea Green, Nikki Bella, Nia Jax, Lash Legend. So automatically, Tatum Paxton and Izzy Dame, they get eliminated first. Kalani Jordan's about to get eliminated, but she has the Kofi spot. She does the handstand, walks back to the ring, and sets herself up. Maxie Dupree and Natalya, I'm glad they got them out. I'm like, please stop doing this damn slug or backwards worm or whatever, caterpillar, whatever the fuck it is. I hate it.
Whatever made Natty think to do that move at that time, I feel like somewhere TJ was shaking her head like, I told her not to do that.
Mm-hmm. He was looking for the papers. Then Candice LeRae gets out. Jada Parker gets eliminated over Kalani Jordan. Zelina Vega, she came out like a zombie or like a mute. She wasn't shaking no hands or nothing. She was so...
Huh? You know what made me laugh about her come out? The word, because it said U.S. champion, I was like, oh, they ain't even update her drawing yet.
Exactly. and the thing was, when Candice LeRae got eliminated, right? Michael Cole screams out, Candice Michelle got eliminated. I'm like, Candice Michelle? Candice Michelle?
Look, he had just got off GoDaddy from his computer. He wasn't focused at the time.
Oh my God, GoDaddy? Wow. Anyway.
You know what he does?
Selena Vega actually eliminated Julia, which shocked me. And the beef had Michi got eliminated, but the Selena Vega gets eliminated. So throughout the time, Chelsea Green and Nikki Bella, it's like Chelsea Green, Nikki Bella, Nia Jax, and Lashley are like the final four. Oh, along with Stephanie Vicure, like they're the final five. So throughout the whole time, Stephanie was teasing a devil's kiss to Nikki Bella, but then Chelsea broke it up. So finally, she gives the devil's kiss to Chelsea Green. But bruh, the fact that Booker T got this thing so over that the crowd is saying instead of counting is great. And I'm just like, but I still need the yeah at the end of it. Like I that's the only thing I'd be missing about this because it ain't fun like until she grab it and she look over at Booker T like, you ready? Like, yeah, let's do this.
The problem is Booker T is a creepy old man. I'm a fan. They're not finna change me being a fan. He just keeps coming off as creepy old dude, and I need him to calm it down.
But that ain't nothing but black Unk right there. That's Unk right there. That's what he doing, man. Just looking at the fine ladies going there and shake that thing in front of him at the barbecue and stuff like that. Oh, come on, show me what you're working with. Yeah, that's old Unk energy right there.
You avoid him at the cookout. You stay away from your Uncle Booker. You know what type of time he on.
Well, exactly. But it's just so great when Stephanie be looking over at Booker and be like, yo, we about to do this. It was a whole thing. So I'm just like that. Even though she not on NXT no more, Booker T has got that thing to the point where it's just like, we ain't count like they used to do. They're saying that, It's great. It's great. And look, tell me you enjoyed it for that. It's great.
Oh, it's funny. It's hilarious. He's still creepy though. But he's funny.
Chelsea Green gets eliminated by that. And next is Nikki Bella. Thank goodness. Then Stephanie and Lash help. They double team Nia Jax to get her out because Lash picks her up and takes her over the top rope, but she's hanging on. And then she even at one point throws Stephanie into Nia with the feet. They help kick her off and anything like that. But they finally get Nia Jax off, and it's down to the last two. Look, the biasness in me. Okay, the biasness in me wanted Lash Legend to win, but I knew it wasn't her time yet. I was like, because I be a fan. I've seen the growth of Lash, and they obviously see the growth of Lash Legend also. Because
you know what's the good thing about this, Sean? You can tell it's not her time, but you can still see it's coming.
Yeah.
So you don't feel that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I don't feel that bad.
It's not here yet, but it's on the way, and I'm okay with that.
She had Stephanie for the powerbomb. She goes over the top rope. Her head gets caught in the ropes. People didn't really see that. I'm glad nothing like her wrist didn't get dislocated. But then she gets caught up in the devil's kiss. She gets the devil's kiss on the apron, and then gets flung off. Stephanie Vicure wins the women's battle royal. And then, of course, Stephanie McMahon comes into the ring looking like a 1980s indoor porch with that dress on. I don't get it. And she's like, I'm going to try to do this.
I don't care. That's the porch I love to sit on. I know what I said.
Hey, Quattro, I'm with you, brother.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you. We will be poor sitters. I'm gonna be quiet.
So now I'm with y'all until she tries to speak Spanish. I was like, you can just pass the mic over. Please pass the mic.
Yeah, see, she saw the memes. That's why.
Yeah.
When it was talking about how white women be when they try to speak Spanish at a Spanish restaurant, and it's a picture of Stephanie with this big ass smile. She saw the memes.
Oh, I forgot about those memes till
it's
this
an old meme. It's an old meme. That's what.
Oh, that was a good callback.
That's funny. That's funny. But no, she speaks and she, basically thanks everybody for coming here and supporting the women, and she's gonna go to Clash in Paris. So thank goodness it wasn't Nikki Bella sitting there trying to practice, and get tired of practice. I'm glad it was Stephanie.
Thank God. Oh yeah.
So then we get the main event.
I thought actually Nikki Bella was gonna win it. It's not like I'm mad that she didn't win it. I mean, listen, we do have a fan of the Bella Army in my household, and it almost happened.
Okay, I'm glad there's Army too. Main event time. We had the Women's World Championship. Io Sky taking on Rhea Ripley. And once again, Rhea has not beaten Io, but damn, these women can put on a damn good match. They can't have a bad match. Io and Rhea cannot have a bad match. And later on in the match, the match gets to the outside, and they go fight into the crowd. There's some equipment boxes that Io climbs up to. This thing's like about 10 feet high. I'm like, this is kind of high. And she does a diving splash to Rhea down to the bottom. They work their way back out to the ring. Io gets Rhea up for this powerbomb, and she powerbombs the shit. Keyword, the shit out of Rhea on that floor. Nothing gave. I was like, yo, if I'm Rhea back, I retire. Match over. Like, I'm casket ready because I'm not moving. When I seen that, I told my wife yesterday when I was watching, I was just like, nah, I'm staying right there. You gonna pick me up to do more moves? I'm done, because it gave no give at all. And she goes and gives her the moonsault, but then Rhea finds a way to still kick out. So she tries to and go for it again, but then kind of find out we hear Naomi's music. Naomi come down bloody nose and all, because she just had a no-holds-barred match with Jade and lost. And she comes in and to cash it in. And it seemed like they had like a little miscommunication at first, because, Alicia was about to announce it. They wait for the bell. I don't think Naomi heard the bell. And you see Io just waiting at the bottom of like, okay, hit me with the briefcase. But she hits her with the briefcase. And then she comes in, throws Rhea Ripley out. And then she gives Io the split-legged moonsault, and Naomi fooled us all. She's not going to Tiffany Stratton. She is now your new Women's World Champion, which now makes sense, because now they gave her the big win after losing to Jade like that. It's about time. If Jade beat her so many times, it's time to move her away from Jade. So having her on Raw, I agree with that. Naomi's your new champion.
Hold on. Huh? Can't Jade go after her title though? Or Queen of the Ring is more specific?
Yeah, Queen of the Ring is more specific. So Queen of the Ring, you are facing your respective brand's champion. That's why they're having a gauntlet match on Raw tonight to see who's facing Gunther, because John Cena's already going to face Cody, because Cody's on SmackDown.
Right. All right, cool.
Yeah, so Jade is facing Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam.
I'll tell you this. Nothing in me called that. I did not see that coming at all, whatsoever.
Honestly, I saw. That's why I was shocked too. I thought it was coming at SummerSlam, and I was wrong. I thought Jade was going to beat Tiffany, and she was going to cash it in on Jade and screw Jade over and win the championship that way. That's what I thought.
Yep.
But they said no. We're going to give it to her and probably move her over to Raw. And I'm just like, well, all right. I didn't see it. First of all, you already know I'm happy for Naomi. I'm always happy for Naomi.
Yes, but even also beyond that, at this point, in fact, that match itself could clearly be in a conversation for match of the year at this moment.
It can be. Even though I still think that their triple threat match at WrestleMania right now is in one of my top 3 matches of the year with her, Io, and Bianca, because they're incapable of having a bad match. So, yeah, but this one though was pretty good. But it's just that the match was so good, it didn't get a chance to have a proper finish because of the cash in turned into a triple threat. But even still, I was just like, damn, that was good though. The match just felt good. Yes, even with the cash in and everything there. So Evolution automatically thumbs up, a show, however y'all want to call it. I thought it was a great show.